Hello, the internet, and welcome back to the live stream. It is Saturday, the 11th of January, 2019. Oh, crap. Of course, I got the stream playing underneath me here. Okay, that's rule number one broken initially. Not initially, right off the bat. I had the stream playing in a browser below me because I was checking everything. Folks, first of all, can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? I am streaming from a completely, utterly different setup. I am back on OBS. I'm on my laptop. I don't know if this is working. I see the chat moving. Everybody seems good. Okay, you can all hear me. I don't think I've got this set up correctly. I can't hear anything in my Kansas. I can see audio waveforms moving in OBS, but I can't hear a thing. I might as well not even have these on, right? All I can hear. Okay, Mindy. Okay. What I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to bump across to the chat. Fingers crossed that didn't mess anything up. Now, OBS does work better than Wirecast. We know that. When I realized that my iMac is not going to cut the mustard. It's not going to work. I made a video. I knew this would happen. So I started recording well before the stream was set up, and I got everything ready on the iMac. Got everything set up as I was needing to go. Had the iPad sitting over there, filming everything, and sure enough, the iMac shut down within. I had 2 minutes to go before the live stream. So 2 minutes to 9, an hour and a half ago, and it shat itself. Just went. And I was like, oh, you've no idea how mad I was. I actually punched my chair. You can still see it. I punched my chair. I don't do that stuff. I punched my chair. I was so mad because this is not just a normal live stream, right? This is the giveaway. This is the ViewTech full face snorkel mask giveaway. People are in here that don't normally come to this channel. And what do they see? They see a stream that's an hour and a half late. They see a madman who's punching his chair, and that's not the content I want to deliver. And the reason, because this iMac shuts down randomly, and Apple just will not help me with this. They will not accept that this is a problem. So I spent that hour and a half. You got a little bit of audio delay. The lips, okay, that's good to know. Okay, there's an audio delay. Okay, cool. At this point, I won't be able to do anything about that. That's something to note. I'll resolve that for next stream, right? And also, I'm not doing this just to facilitate a donation. I don't think audio from super chats will be coming through here. So if you are thinking, and by the way, why the hell would you super chat me? Like, this doesn't deserve that. So if you did that and you were thinking, hey, this dude hasn't turned his notifications on, it wasn't me. It's just that I haven't had time to set that up yet. So I've been frantically. This MacBook Pro that I'm streaming from, I don't use for streaming. I use it for streaming from Stevan. That's set up for that. This is an entirely different setup right here. And I struggled. I'm not going to deny it. I struggled. I struggled to get here. I struggled to sort it all out. Like I said, can you guys hear? Is there a background tune? If I shut my freaking hideous mouth, is there an audio track rolling right now? Is there anything playing in the background? Because I can't hear it. I can see. What can I see down here? I mean, I see a waveform, but it's a very slight delay, Mindy says. And yes, Paula, you can hear the audio. Okay, that's good to know. I'm actually streaming through a restream.io. I thought, should I go bareback into YouTube? And then I thought, hell no. Then you got to go across and start stream and manually end stream. That's why I had the browser open there. That's stream. What is that? That's like 101 streaming. You don't. I don't understand why YouTube makers go in and do that. Restream gets around it. Restream sends the signal and they do all the back end stuff. Thankfully, to go in and open up a browser window while you're streaming, that's child's play. That's wrong, because invariably you'll forget to shut it or it won't be muted, like what happened with me, and you do hear it come through, right? You hear the audio. Okay. So folks, in the chit chat, Who's never been here before? Who is in their first instance of the Gives a Minute weekly live stream on YouTube? If you're here for the first time, just put a 1 in the chit chat. And I'm not like, that's cool. Like, you're here for the giveaway. That's completely cool. We're gonna give this away. I'm happy. I really want this to go this week. Also, Keish, if you're here, you won this last week, but you weren't here, so you didn't get it. So that's why we're doing it again. I just want to see, matter-of-factly, if any of you crew that are here fresh just for this giveaway, if you can give me a chance, come back next week and we'll do another live stream. Just not a giveaway, just a regular live stream. If you're here, look, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. I'm being silly. I don't deserve it. Okay, the suspect, you're here for the giveaway. Okay, cool. Jolly Santa Claus. I've watched your videos before, but not the live stream. Not often you get a second chance at a giveaway. Well, cheers, Jolly Santa. My pleasure to have you here. By the way, I'm just keeping an eye on OBS here on the MacBook Pro at 0 drop frames, right? So this machine is way more powerful than the iMac that it's sitting behind. So if I can get this to work exactly how I want it, I'm not going to go back to the iMac. I'm not going to touch the iMac. I'm gonna only use it for music production, which I've got an album I'm working on, and once that's done, I think I might even just sell it. Right, get it out of here. Although I don't want to sell it if it's busted. Jilly Bean, I watch you on DLive sometimes, but not on YouTube. Okay, cool. Aaron says this is my first giveaway, but not my first live stream. Okay, what we'll do, folks, just to be fair for everybody, we'll give it a little whiles longer until we do the giveaway. I just want to be clear that this stream today is the giveaway, but I want to, because of the delay in the beginning, I want to give crew enough chance to come in. So what do we say? We're about 7 minutes into the stream. Let's say 10 minutes from now, at the 10, would it be the 17-minute mark? We'll do the giveaway. That'll give anybody that's not here a chance to jump in after the giveaway and claim it, right? I'm going to be live for 85 minutes, or I'm not. I don't know. This MacBook Pro may shut down, right? My connection to the freaking internet may say, no, I'm not going to let you play. At the moment, it's playing really, really well, although I do see 12 drop frames now. That's all right. We're streaming 1080/30, so 12 drop frames is nothing. Let's have a chat, and that's a good idea. Paula says people barebacking to YouTube is why koalas have chlamydia. Shit, what? That's news to me. All of our koalas are dead right now because of the fires, right? I'm looking in the chat, folks, when I go over here. I normally have a reverse camera I can cut to. I don't have one of those today, let me tell you. This is just a straight up stream with just 2 scenes. I don't even know if they're going to work. Hopefully they do. Jolly Santa says, I watched your videos before, but not the live stream. What videos have you seen of mine? What are you watching? And Aaron, it's my first giveaway, but not my first live stream. Okay, cool. I watch you on DLive, Jilly Bean. Yeah, Jilly, what are your thoughts on DLive? You know, we're here on YouTube. We can talk as much as we want about the other platforms. We want to, well, me personally, I want to bring as much crew across to DLive as possible, and vice versa. I want to bring the crew from DLive across to YouTube as much as I can, right? These 2 platforms coexist in my mind. Arguably, one's better than the other, and I'm not saying this because I've had issues today, but I got to be honest, I really don't like live streaming to YouTube. I just don't like it. It's like being in school again. You got to be very careful about what you say and what you don't say, you know? And how's my day been? I'll tell you now, my day's been frantic. Aside from punching my chair, which did hurt, by the way. Koalas are born with chlamydia. It's true, really. Okay, interesting. Johann Sebastianson. Hi, everyone. Johann, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. We're here. We were not sure if we would be here. We're here now, and we're streaming, and we don't know how long that's going to last. Fingers crossed we don't have any issues. We may have a guest or two. I think I hear my door opening. Oh, we got a guest. We got Poopsie in the house.
Magic glass hot here. When I say it's not glowing now because I'm not singing now.
Oh, when you sing, that glows, does it?
Yes.
Everybody say hello to Poopsie. Poopsie, you want to come and sit up here? Oh, that's not going to work. She's going for the other headsets. That's not going to work, unfortunately. We've got a new setup here, Poopsie. I haven't plugged all that crap in. She's going to get a cans and sit with us. You can sit with us, though.
Why?
You don't have to. You got to be in frame, though. You got to be over here and be in frame with me, yeah?
Do I need to hear?
But I haven't got it set up. You don't understand. What happened was, see this big iMac?
Yeah.
See how it's black? It's not turned on? And you see this little one? This little one is the one that's running the stream right now. That one was the one that was running the stream, and that one's busted, and that's why your cans and your mic won't work. I haven't got her stuff set up, folks. So, unfortunately, we can't have... I mean, Poopsie, you can talk into here, though. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Say good morning, chit-chat.
Good morning, chit chat.
Do you want to come and sit up here with me? All right, come over here. There we go. We got a guest in the stream here, folks.
Still
We'll bring this over here.
We'll still hear them.
You can't. Not even I can hear anything. I can't hear a thing in here. In fact, I might as well have these off. You can wear them if you want.
Thanks.
Actually, no, it's better to not hear the fans from the MacBook Pro. These are the wrong ones anyway. They're not going to fit your small head. Everybody, this is Poopsie. This is my niece. Her real name is Portia, but we call her Poopsie because she one time had a big poopsie in her pantses, and that's how that name stuck. I don't know if that's a cool thing or a bad thing.
And we couldn't get it out.
You couldn't get it out. The poo couldn't get out. Do you want to look up here, Poopsie? Because that's where everybody is. You got to look up there. I know she wants to look down there. I do too. But you can look in the chit chat if you want. Aaron says, I loved your travel videos. You mean the Vanuatu Fiji series? Yeah, that was fun.
I say jokes.
You say what?
I say jokes.
You say jokes. She says jokes, folks. Paula Edbeer, don't take it out on Tiffy. I was going to take it out on Tiffy. She's not here today. She's still up there, though, but she can't be used. Will Kenyon says, I've really been enjoying your D-Live streams, Benon. Thank you, Will. Appreciate that, man. I've been really digging D-Live.
I'm 4.
You're 4, are you? How many years until you become a big girl?
I'm 5.
You want to be a big girl when you're 5?
No. Last week I was turning 5.
Last week you were turning 5.
Slowly.
She's turning 5 slowly, folks. And by the way, when I said before I don't like streaming on YouTube, I got to tell you, having her here right now is probably going to hurt this stream. Probably going to hurt my channel. Probably going to get this demonetized.
I won't. I'm only Alexa. I'm only a princess. I won't hurt the
stream. She won't hurt the stream. Oh, that's nice. Thanks.
Because I sing songs.
You want to sing?
You know my other sister named...
Look what Mindy gave you in the chat. She gave you a flower for Poopsie. And we could get that flower through the magic of the internet, Mindy. I'll get that off you. Thank you very much, Mindy. Thanks a lot. That came from right there. Look, in the chit chat. Say thanks, Mindy.
Thanks, Mindy.
Yeah, Jillybean, you have to now mark this for kids. But I mean, this stream isn't for children. This stream happens to have a child on it, but the stream is not for children. That's the confusing thing. Like, my content is not aimed at children. She came in, she walked in because she's here having Christmas holidays with us. She walked into my room. That doesn't make my stream for children. The fact that she's on the stream makes her a child on a stream, but she's got adult supervision. But I still feel like it's a sketchy playing ground, right? Like on D-Live, she comes in all the time, and there's never even a concern. Like, and she is out. You out?
No.
I thought she was getting down. So yeah, I mean, it's a confusing state to be in. Like, I don't like doing it here. I understand how important live streaming is here on YouTube, but I don't really dig it. I find it extremely difficult. More and more as we move into this, the more we go, the harder it becomes. For me anyway. Johan says, she's so cute. Thanks, Johan. Andrew Hockley, I love the content. Thank you, man. Thank you, Andrew. Cheers, buddy. What are we now? We said at 17. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go, folks, and we'll do the giveaway. And then we'll give...
What's the giveaway?
Well, I'm giving away this mask.
Why?
Because, not this exact one, a mask like this. This is a giveaway for people. They can win this.
Yeah,
And-
but we still have another one.
Yeah, we've still got another one. We're not giving away this one. And in the chit chat, you can't read yet, but Mindy says, "I love your necklace, Poopsie." You want to talk about your necklace?
Mama bought me it.
Mama bought it for her.
And she bought me a bracelet and she bought me this haircut.
No, that came from Poop. That came from Mindy in the chit chat.
No, Mama bought me it.
Sorry, Mindy, I can't claim that for you. Suspect. I think I like
flower's
Twitch.
Still there.
The flower's still there, yeah. You like Twitch more than D-Live? Yeah, okay. I mean...
And this is a flower hair clip.
Oh, shit. I forgot something. Devo 4969. Love the Canadian toque you have worn, by the way. Thanks, man. You're Canadian? Hey, speaking of Canadians, I did see some bad news from the Happy Canadian this morning. That's nice timing. Unfortunately, Jeffrey, as we know, the Happy Canadian here in the stream, he lost his father. So if everybody could, like, I don't know, he probably not going to come in here. He's a regular on the streams and a regular on D-Live. The handle is the Happy Canadian. So his father passed away. I did see that before I tried to begin this stream, and it all fell apart. And great. Now, did you guys hear that? A notification. I had my mail client open. I'm going to quit that in the background. Bad streaming etiquette having your mail client open. I don't know if you heard that notification come through, but I did. I heard that. I don't hear anything else.
Is that phone charging of yours?
What's that?
Is that phone charging of yours?
Oh yeah, this one's charging, and it's also there so we can see the stream. Yeah, thanks the suspect. I don't know if we'll see the Happy Canadian for a while, but if he does come in, hey, you know what, Poopsie? Can you do me a favor? Can you go and grab Baxter? Because Baxter, my nephew, he has used this mask. I want to have him give his words on it as well. Do you want to just go and grab him for me quickly?
Okay.
Yeah, go grab Baxter. You know Baxter is Pockmorn, right? We'll get him in because he's...
Why do you have plenty of towels?
She's gone under my bed. Why do you have plenty of towels? Well, I need plenty of towels. Are you going to grab Baxter for me?
Why have a lot of towels?
She's under the... Look, she's gone under the bed looking at my towels. I don't know. They're just under there for storage. Kids do the strangest things, right? It's the Bill Cosby show. Go and grab Baxter, and we'll have him talk about the mask, then we'll give it away.
What?
Go and grab Baxter. Do me a solid, hey?
How do you
Give me 5.
away?
Give me 5. And go and grab Baxter and tell him Uncle Benny needs you to come and talk about the mask.
Yeah, but how do you give it away?
We're going to draw a random number between 1 and 44, I think it is. Go and grab Baxter, please.
No, you need to draw 4 because I'm 4.
I need to draw 4 winners because she's 4. That's not... I've only got 1 mask. Hey, by the way, folks, I'm not giving you this mask. That's not what's happening. The winner will get their own brand new mask shipped direct from Snorkel Mart. This is just an example. This is my one. And go and grab Baxter for me, please. Please. Thanks, Poops. Yeah, you're getting your own one shipped direct from Snorkel Mart. You don't want this one anyway. This is a used one, right? You want to get a freshie. And by the way, I don't want to give this one away. This is my one. This is a really good mask, folks. And you know, I get to try so many masks. I've seen these masks. I've seen the different varieties of these masks. I've seen the good ones. I've seen the bad ones. This one, folks, is a good one. No doubt about that. This is a good mask. The winner of this is gonna love it. And the thing is, you could go and buy one of the cheaper ones and you'd have a terrible experience. Or you could go and spend a little bit extra. If you don't win, get this guy. By the way, links are in... They're not in the description of this video. They're in the description of the review of this video.
In a while, he needs to get new school shirts or school things.
Ah, really?
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
He can't and talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Which is sad.
Unfortunately, we're not going to have Baxter in here, but I'm going to do
Which
it.
is fun because I'm still going to be in here.
She wants to stay in here. Do you want to stay in here?
Yeah.
Do you want to put your cans on even though you can't hear anything? She's going to chill. How about we just do the giveaway, folks? That'll give...
I'm not going out. I'm just going to lie in the bed.
Okay, you're in the background there. She's got background props. Let's do the giveaway. That way, if the winner does have a chance to come in here, we'll hang out with Poopsie afterwards. So I hope this works, folks. If I go across here, you guys now see the spreadsheet, right? I might make that larger if I can. I'm going to just go ahead and make the font larger. How do you do that? And I think that's the way you do it. So these names in here, folks. These are the order of when Hey, Poops, can you give me 5 minutes to do this? I'm going to do this giveaway. So these names are in order. By the way, can you still hear me? Nothing's changed with the audio. Everything's still clear. Everything's still... like I said, this is brand new, this setup. So touch wood, everything stays good. Beyond Beauty's in the chit chat. G'day, Beyond Beauty. How you doing? Hi, Beyond. Hi, North. I've been loving your videos. Your doggy is adorable. There you go. I hear. Okay, Mindy, everything still sounds good. So what we've got here, folks, if you entered this competition, this is the order that you entered in. So Geraldo was up front, Keith Delacruz, blah, 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 blah. Mindy was up front. You cut out all the way down here. That's the winner. Keish was the one who won last week. Now, unfortunately, Keish didn't even see that stream. I've not heard from Keish. Keish could not even exist for all we know. He or she was the actual winner, but because of their, let's just call it their, what are we going to say? I was very clear in the description, in the how to enter competition, how to enter vlog. If you enter this competition, make sure you watch the live stream. That is how you win. I was very clear about it. Do not enter and then not watch the live stream because you're not going to win. You have to watch the draw and be in the chat. So, Keish won but didn't win. So then we Well, that's a real shame to hear, Poopsie. Oh, that's a real shame. Are you crying? Oh, just come over here. Sorry, folks, she's crying. Got to deal with this first. She actually is crying. Look, what are you crying for? Why are you crying?
Because I hurt myself.
Oh, she hurt herself. Do you want me to kiss it better? What is it? Your foot? Your leg? Your knee? Oh, no. She's having a big cry on stream. Oh, Poopsie, don't cry on stream. Oh, don't cry. You okay? So if you entered, you're automatically rolled over to this draw. That's the deal. Like, you don't have to re-enter. I had a lot of people saying, oh, do we have to re-enter? Do we have to put the wording down again? No. If you had already entered, you're still entered. There's no drama there. The only drama is that the pool of entrants gets larger, so your chance of winning gets harder, right? So let's go back over here. Ah, that's a shame. We got another guest. Come on in, guest. Are you gonna Oh, she's crying because her bracelet broke. Folks, this is my sister Anya.
Let's try and fix that. Hello.
She comes in often on the stream to check on her daughter.
I'm the miserable one.
You're the miserable one, yeah. Hey,
gonna-
Pockmorn, you want to talk about this?
We're just about to go and buy school books.
Oh, okay.
Do the back to school shop.
He's going to split. Do you want to just have a quick word about this, man? You don't have to put cans or anything. Just come down on my level and tell the stream what you think of this mask you've used. Not this one. You've got your own one. This is Pockmorn.
Oh,
What do you think about this mask, man?
it's good.
Come down lower and look up there.
It's great.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Why is this one better than the other ones you've tried?
What size is this?
It's an extra large.
Extra large. Well, the size for me is medium. Size for me is medium, but it doesn't fog at all. It's comfortable, and yeah, mainly it doesn't fog because most of the others fog.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't fog at all.
How's the purge valve system?
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So if you get water in there, which you never do, but if you do, you can blow it out by holding these sides and then blowing, and then it comes out the bottom. So that's pretty good.
It's pretty rad, and when you're snorkeling, out comes air from the sides of the mask, and it comes up, and you hear it going. It's really kind of cool. Wait, Pockmorn or Baxter? Yeah. Do you want to answer Jellybean there?
Both.
And you're gonna upload again soon, man?
Yes. Well, my computer just got fixed, so I can't.
Oh, it's been fixed now.
Yeah. Well, it has been, but I don't have it here.
He had MacBook Pro issues. What was you had the battery issue?
The
or something?
battery, died at 50%.
Yeah, how's that? That's only like a year and a half old, and it was getting to 50% and then dying entirely. By the way, I had so many issues with the iMac; it kept shutting down, so I'm streaming off the MacBook Pro myself. But yeah, you can split if you want, man.
All right, I should go.
All right.
See ya. Subscribe to Pokemon.
Subscribe to Pockmorn. He had to throw that bit in. Oh, that's nice to know.
And I'll give this away, this one.
Okay, you might want to take her out. And is she going with you?
No, second one.
Okay. take her out. I'll get back
Aren't
to
you in
this.
charge?
Not now. Am I in charge?
He's in
Am
charge.
I in charge? I'm not an adult that could be in charge of a child.
Adult time.
I think you can draw 2 circles about this and the snorkel mask.
Oh, you want me to give this away?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because when they get a Christmas tree, then they can put the
Come on.
bracelet on here like a decoration.
oh, okay. That's for your next year's Christmas tree, folks. You want to put that as a decoration.
Better go get Aria.
That's my other niece, Claudia.
See ya.
See ya.
Oh, my swooping.
Yeah, have fun. All right, shut the door on your way out. Now, folks, we're back to it's just me here, right? Okay. So, all of that being said, if you are entered into the competition, you're still entered into the competition. No dramas. You didn't have to do anything. You just get automatically rolled over. Of course, you have to be here to watch the stream. We're watching the stream right now. The only issue I was saying is that now there are 45 entrants, as in last week at the end of, I believe last week we only were up to here 34. So there's been additional entrants. So what I'm going to do right now, folks, as you can see, 45 is the totes. So I'm going to ask a random number of Siri for between 1 and 45, and whatever that works out to be, that is the winner. Is everybody ready for this? Everybody in the chat here for this? You're ready for this? We're good to go. If you're good to go, give us the little OK symbol. Give us that symbol, because that's what means when you're under the water, either snorkeling or scuba diving. That means everything's okay. People often think it's that. That means go back to the surface. If you put that to your scuba instructor, that means go back up. We don't want to go back up. We want to be good, right? Everybody good? Ready? Northrop MJ's good. I'm waiting, eagerly waiting. Keith, good. Mindy, yep. You can't enter anymore. The suspect, no. If you haven't entered now, you're well and truly too late. I'm waiting, eagerly awaiting. Let's do this then. Wait, I think names are missing. Did you double check? Dude, if you put your name, what was the 3 words? Cold jellyfish view on the review video, you will be in here. If you didn't put cold jellyfish view on the review vlog of this mask, you don't have an entrance. So everybody that entered is in this list here. That being said, hey Siri, random number between 1 and 45.
A random number between 1 and 45 is 36.
36, folks. Let's go down to 36. We have a winner, Slobber Art. Now, Slobber Art, this is interesting because I've seen you in the chat earlier, but that's before the stream fell over. Do we have Slobber Art in the chat right here, right now? If so, you, my friend, number 36, you're the winner of your own ViewTech full face snorkel mask. Now, of course, this stream today is going to be 85 minutes long. If Slobber Art does not come back to the stream, we do this again next week. How do you like those chickens? So, Jelly Bean says he said he was going to bed. Well, I've got to give him the opportunity to potentially not be able to get to sleep, wake up, check the stream, hear what's going on. I mean, it's his win, and it's only fair if we stick it out and help him. Not help him, but
Bunny,
yeah. What's up?
this flies at pinches.
Oh, really?
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
So can I need this for decoration too?
Yeah, sure.
It can go next to the other decoration.
Okay, thanks.
And that can be a decoration.
Do you want to give a congratulations to Slobber Art? He won the mask. Do you want to come and say congratulations, Slobber Art? Say congratulations, Slobber Art. That means no. All right. So what's the chat saying? He said he's going to
That
bed.
means
He's
I
sleeping.
know.
He said he'd come back for a third drawing. I feel bad for him as well, but it's only fair that we do let that roll out. You heard it, folks. That was a random draw. We have between 1 and 45 was the top. There's the top one, 45, and 36 was Slobber Art. So it's only fair that we do give him the opportunity to come back and see that he won. You know what? I'll just I won't leave. Oh, we're already off the scene. But yeah, that's how that works. We should do a vote amongst entrants to see if he should get it. Keith, what? No, you can't do that, man. We've got to be fair. We've got to be fair. There's every chance that he may come back into this stream. I'm going to stay live for 85 minutes. That's the plan. If he comes back and he says who won, well, it's up to us to say you did. Good to see you. But he's got, what are we now? We're 30 minutes into the stream, so he's got a little while. I'm not going to deny that. He's got a little while to come through. He was here on time, a bit unfair. Paula, I've got no control over that. You want to see? You should see this. Where's my
Let's see.
Hey Siri, shut up. I never asked. Siri, really? I want to show you.
I'm still on it.
What's she on?
My apologies.
Yeah,
I couldn't hear what you said.
That's because I didn't say anything. That's because you're listening to me when I'm not actually saying anything. So let's have a look at. I made this video, right? I'm going to drop the brightness down here a little bit. Drop the brightness down here. Shit. Oh, you can't go up from the bottom. Okay. Brightness, brightness, brightness. Display and brightness. Drop that right down. Happy Lux in the chit chat. G'day, Happy Lux. How do you do? Yeah, Paula, it's not my fault. He was here on time. It's a bit unfair. How's it unfair? Like I did everything I could conceivably do to do this live stream on time. I'm going to show you what happened and the reason why this live stream was not on time. But I'm sorry, man. I can't do anything about that. Can you enter the giveaway next week if he doesn't come? So that's the thing. You guys are all entered into next week's draw. So you don't have to do anything. If you want to enter and you haven't entered, you have to watch the review video of this mask on my channel. You don't get an entrance just by saying I want to enter. You got to watch the review of this mask, the ViewTech full face snorkel mask. There's a review on my channel that explains how to enter. Obviously, the live stream I'm referring to is the wrong date because that's been the first stream. We've done the second stream, and if we don't see slobber art in the chat by the end of this stream, the stream that we're going to be referring to in that review video is the one coming up in another week. So here we are. I'm going to put the volume up on this. I've got 13 minutes to turn everything back on and get it ready, and I'm rolling. Okay. This iPad's going to capture this whole experience because I don't trust that this iMac's going to stay on for this stream. I'm going to be live for 85 minutes. I do not trust it. I want you to film it all. So I'm going to put you slightly out of frame, which will be over here. But I still want you to see everything as it rolls out. Where's my computer? It's hard to see from this angle. Okay, so that's there. That's going to be okay, isn't it? If I pop that there. So but what happens here, I'm obviously not need to play this all for you, but what happened, I set my stream up. You see me turning the computer on. I went and got everything ready. Prepared everything. By the way, it's really hot here in Australia at the moment. So actually, it's not hot this morning, but it's warm in this room. So I'm setting everything up, getting everything prepared. Got the second monitors, all that crap together. And now, at this point, I'll just play from here. Sometimes when the upload is that slow, a reset does that. But I've only got 10 more minutes. What is it now? Yep, 9 minutes. Actually, I'll take a whiz while this happens. So I'll take a whiz at 10 minutes. Usually at the 10-minute mark, you hear me in the chat say, okay, see you all in 10. Mindy says, way to please us, ladies. You see me shirtless when I'm surfing. 10 minutes in, I go to the bathroom, do hair and makeup. Come back out here after that. So I'm ready to go. Now I'll probably get my shirt on. This is just me. All this is preparation, right? Get a focus on the camera. Making sure everything's ready. Check the rear facing camera. Now I'm probably going to get my shirt on. Let's just play from here. On the ticker. Okay. 3 minutes till go. Jolly Sander, you think this is hot? You should see shirtless teenage skateboarder Ben on. I was so thin back then. We can watch that if we want.
I am filming all this because I do not trust this iMac, and I would love for someone at Apple to say, yeah, dude, that's not right. That's not right, man. Something's wrong with your machine. Here, we'll get it fixed for you. I want you to see how freaking frustrating this is.
This is me pretty much within the next
Close a bit better.
3 minutes to go live, right?
Last makeup check.
I always do a second makeup check. When I say makeup, I just mean hair. I don't go in actual makeup. I have done, though, for Halloween on D-Live. That was fun.
And 7, 8, 9, 3 minutes. I got the time wrong. It was 4 minutes before.
So I've got 3 minutes to go before the stream starts. Watch this.
Everything's cool. Livecast chat's up on the screen. ViewTech full face, not the mask. Audio's good. We're good. We are good. All I need now is for this iMac to not shut down midway through.
Get ready
the
for it.
stream like it did last week. Do I have any faith in that? Gotta tell you, Apple, I have none. I have no faith in you. No faith in this product at all. None. It's gone. The faith is gone. I want to deliver this stream. I want to deliver it the best I can. Your product is letting me down. The product I paid for lets me down. Everything else is in place. But your product, Apple.
Yeah, Jilly Bean, I had no faith.
What about your slogan? It just works. Ha! It doesn't just work.
Hey, Paula, there's no buffering at my end, dude. I've only dropped 45 frames in total here. It's not me, dude.
I need to get a haircut. That'll do.
Yeah, watch this, folks.
It's all over the shop, isn't
It's
it?
about to happen.
2 minutes, folks. 2 minutes till live.
And then you're gonna see an embarrassing Benon.
Are you kidding me?
Actually, you know what? I missed that. I was talking. You're gonna see a very this is pretty embarrassing to watch. I gotta tell you.
2 minutes, folks. 2 minutes till live. So far, we got the racing. Are you kidding me? Fuck! 2 minutes till live. Oh my god, are you serious? Now look. Everything else is still running. What the hell, Apple? Everything else is still up and running. Now what am I going to do? 2 minutes till my audience is waiting for me and your machine has just shut down on me again. Oh, this is fucking ridiculous. I've got to tell my audience I'm going to be late. I've got to tell my audience I'm going to be late because of you, Apple. God damn, this sucks. Fuck. Gonna be later, folks. I fucking hate this shit, Apple. You fucking piece of shit.
And thankfully, that's where I paused it, folks. That is that's embarrassing to watch. I'm not going to deny it. That's embarrassing to watch. It shouldn't be. I better not put that down there in case Poopsie comes in. I'll put it on this side, hidden, right? She'd definitely walk over that. I shouldn't let it get to me like that, but it really does. Like, of all the days to have this happen, and you guys have, and the long-termers here will have seen this, it's happening more and more repeatedly, right? Like last week, the stream got to 50 minutes, shut down. There's obviously something wrong with that machine, obviously, but Apple just don't want to know about it. They just the latest fix is for me to install Catalina. That's what they told me. Oh, you need to upgrade to Catalina. I'm on Mojave. Update to Catalina to fix it. First of all, I don't think that's the solution, personally. But I'm willing to do it. But the reason I can't do that is because I am midway through recording another album. I record music, faffing around, just making some shits and giggles for my friends, right? I've almost finished this recording. If I was to change my operating system to Catalina right midway through a DAW system. So I'm using a digital audio workstation called Logic. I got all my tracks, I got like 17 songs already down, and each song has like multiple stems in it with different plugins, different VST plugins, different compression, different noise gates, different guitar sounds, everything. It's all, for me to add Catalina on top of that, almost all of those plugins would stop working. I have to go and find new compression plugins. I have to go and find new VST. It's not physically something that I want to do. And for them to say that's how you're going to get this machine to work, upgrade to Catalina, well, it's not physically possible right now for me. Sure, when I finish the album and it's all mastered and everything's done, I don't mind upgrading to Catalina and starting in Logic again fresh with different VST plugins. But midway through a project, the equivalent, if you want to put it into some equivalency, it'd be like having a 2-hour movie in an edit suite and having all of your external files, like all of your clips, on separate RAID drives, and then someone says to you, oh, by the way, you've almost finished the edit, but you're going to now have to move all those clips to a secondary area because that RAID's not working for some reason. And so then you've got to go back and relink all the files from the new space from the old space to the new space. That's kind of what it is. That's arguably a simpler thing. This is not quite that simple because as you may know, Catalina is a 64-bit operating system, whereas Mojave was the one that was also 64-bit but would run 32-bit apps. But from Catalina onwards, it's 64-bit architecture only, so you can't run anything that's 32. And all of those VSTs and plugins, they're all 32-bit. So relax, Benon. Yeah, thanks, Francisco. I've got to relax. I totally got to relax. I see that. Mindy says no buffering. Yeah, look, folks, I'm happy to take a screenshot of this. I've dropped 45 frames. I've been live for 42 minutes. I'm streaming in 1080, 30 frames a second. So every second, 30 frames are going out. And in totes, on this whole stream, I've only dropped 45 frames. That's just over a second worth of material. 1 second, just a little bit more than 1 second I've dropped. So it's not at my end. You guys are, if you're having buffering, I see Paula said he's having buffering. Faffy Day, Culburra Beach Internet. Nah, it's not today. It's not. Jillybean, why don't you ask your audience to send letters to Apple complaining about this? I mean, yeah, if you wanted to, sure, I could probably. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make that video. I've got the video. I've got the files all ready to go. I've got all the documentation. It's high time I just spend a day editing together a 10-minute video explaining this issue and explaining how Apple have dealt with it and showcasing the level of frustration that I've got with it. And if I make that social, I'm not suggesting I'm going to get a viral hit out of it, but all I'm doing is making it known, because all it is right now is between me and Apple aren't listening, and therefore I'm venting to you guys every time it happens, which is now getting more and more frequent, which to the point where I can't use the machine. So maybe I'll go ahead this week. I know the kids are here. It's going to be tricky. Maybe I'll try to start that video this week, putting it all together. I'm going to do a really thorough job. I'm going to sit down, do a scratch take, then do a real take. The suspect, most of the time when your phone is on low battery, it dies. I mean, yeah, there's that too on old phones. I've seen that, and that's what Baxter had happen with his laptop. When it gets down to less than 50%, completely dies, right? That's not cool. Robert Muller. G'day, Robert. How you going? Didn't see you come in, man. Didn't see you come in. How you going? The suspect. Okay, there. Killer Olaf, the best. And Benon, you tried a different power strip. Dude, I've done all of that. I've tried a brand new power strip. I've tried 2 different power strips, both of them surge protected. If there was a surge issue here, everything connected to that power board would shut down. Only the iMac shuts down, and it's nothing to do with power. It's completely random. If it was to do with power, we've been live now for 44 minutes. It would have happened by now on this machine, right? It's not power. It's not software. It's not hardware. In my mind, it's the logic board on this machine. That's what I think it is. I don't know. I don't have any inside information to confirm that, but that's what I'm feeling. That's how I feel. It's the logic board. Is it just the screen that goes out or the whole machine? Jelly Bean, the whole machine shuts down. The only way you can get the machine to start again is by physically removing the power cable, leaving it out for 2 minutes, plugging it back in, turning it on. And at that point, the machine boots up, doesn't give you any, like, no kernel panic, no, your iMac was shut down due to a whatever, nothing. Just comes back on as if nothing had happened. Very, 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 very strange. I've got that video I just showed you. I've got countless ones of those, countless videos of that. They know, Apple knows, and they're just saying, well, dude, your iMac is a 2014 model. You bought it in 2015. It's now 2020. So now that we're in another decade, they're like, well, you got more than 4 years of use out of it. That's all you get. They've actually said that to me. They've said a 4-year usage span for our products is what we recommend and what we're happy with. So you got 4 years out of it. Congrats. That's it. That's basically where we're at. They've said, nah, you got your usage time out of it. Too bad. Baffling. Walker. G'day, Walker. Did anyone win the mask yet? Yes. The winner of the mask was Slubber Art. This gentleman right here, Slubber Art. Now, we haven't seen Slubber Art come into the stream yet. The word on the street is that he was here because we did see him, but he went to sleep. So in an everlong quest to do the right thing, we're staying live, obviously, until giving him the chance, or her, could be a her. We're giving Handle the chance to come in and claim their win. I believe they've gone to sleep. Jonathan, randomly hard shutting down doesn't really seem like a software issue at Apple. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. It seems like a hardware issue. Robert Muller, gives a minute. If we complain to them about it, would they listen to us? Because I feel Apple died when Steve Jobs died. Well, I mean, there is definitely that. There's definitely that. A lot of people claim that after Steve passed away, the company went down the gurgler. I don't agree with that statement. I don't think the company is the man. I think they've definitely made some sketchy decisions. One of them being this. Like, what the actual hell is this design? Like, come on. And by the way, I like this mouse. Like, I hear a lot of people complaining about the usage of this mouse. Like, I don't know, like some part of it doesn't work correctly or it's just too simplistic or whatever. I don't have any problem with that at all. I love the side scrolling. I think this mouse design is great, except for the charge port being upside down. So if you want to charge this thing, you can't use it because you got to have this thing plugged in, right? It's just absolutely stupid. And I tell you, this kind of design, from what I understand of Steve Jobs back in the day, if you came to him with this, he'd probably throw it at your head and say, get the fuck out of my boardroom. That is a stupid... He would have said, I want you to put it here so that you can still use it while it's charging. Or at the front so that you can still use it when it's charging. So in effect, it'd be the same old school design with a cable coming out the tip. But at least you can charge it while you're using it. If you brought that to him and said... Yeah, but Steve, we've got the battery and it's so rad that it only takes 20 minutes to get a 10% charge and then you're good to go for the next day and then you can put it on full charge. He would have said, nah, don't care. From a man who made sure the inside of a computer looked schmick, even though most people aren't even going to open it up, the insides of those computers was part of the design process. To come out with that after he died, absolutely abomination. And the person who did that and the person who approved it should immediately have lost their job and any connection to Apple, because that is not a design that Apple would have ever brought out under Steve Jobs. Chronic, so bad. Such a bad design. For that matter, I've also got to say, I hate the fact that these iMacs, all the ports are on the back of the machine, right? I got to plug in a dongle. I got to go to the back of the machine. What the hell? Every time you plug those things in, they should be at the front. You can just go, oh, okay, plug that in there. Cool. Why at the back? You know why? It's got to look good. I'd rather it didn't look as good and it was easier to reach, right? What the hell? Got to go all the way around there. And then you can't tell which one you so you scratch the back of your machine until it falls into place. Is that the Ethernet or is that the Thunderbolt or is that the USB? Okay, that one went in there. That's got to be the Thunderbolt. What's that one? Oh, that's that. And then you happen to look back there one time, 12 months later, once you're cleaning, the whole back of your machine's all scratched up because you've been trying to fit these things in because you can't see them because it's at the back of the machine. Bad designs. Robert Muller, hey Poopsie, did Poopsie come back in? I didn't even see her come in. I was too busy ranting. No buffering at all. Yeah, Faffy Day, I'll tell you, I've dropped. Now I'm on 45 frames still, so that's actually 0.0% of the stream has dropped because it's such a small number, right? Jilly Bean, that was happening to me on my Windows PC, and I solved it by switching out the motherboard battery, a changeable 3-volt battery that clears BIOS settings on the motherboard. I mean, look, if that's that simple, how come Apple haven't done that for me yet? How come they haven't said, wow, dude, this is really causing you grief. We can see how frustrated you are. We've watched your videos. We understand what's going on. Bring that sucker back in. We'll swap out the logic board or the battery or whatever the thing is that you've just said, and you'll be back on your way. That's what I'm... And the reality of it is, if they did that, I would then sell this machine as a functioning 2014 Retina 5K iMac. Probably only get $1,000 for it, right? I'd put my own money towards the next machine, which is going to be an Apple machine. So they're still getting me as a customer. They're still maintaining the customer of me, my custom, right? They're still keeping that. All I want is the machine to do what it was intended, which is why I bought it, which it doesn't do. Have you examined the logs? I don't look at any of that shit, Paula. I don't really know how to do that. It's not something that I think I need to do. As a consumer, I don't think I should have to look through logs to try to decipher an internal issue. I think Apple, on a phone call with Apple, they should say, dude, can you just go to the terminal and type this command and then email the output to me so I can have a look? That's what they should be doing. Then they're telling me to install Catalina. Upgrade to their latest OS. That'll fix it. I doubt it. I highly doubt that's the issue, and I can't do that midway through a project. Unfortunately. I'd love to. By the way, I'm using Catalina here on my laptop, and we're having a good stream here, folks. It's going really, really well. I mean, this is aside from me not being able to hear anything, this is working. So I'm in a weird way, I'm kind of happy that I've now progressed from the iMac to the MacBook Pro, because this is just proving that this laptop is super powerful enough to run this stream. And how? And the dual monitor setup, right? So 4 years for a computer. My old Sony Vaio, lasted for almost 10 years. Yeah, look, I don't get that 4-year thing from Apple. Are you telling me if I spent 30 grand on a Mac Pro, I'm only going to get 4 years use out of it? Oh, no, sir. That's one of our top-end machines. Oh, so you make those to last longer. So you only make the iMac Retina, which, by the way, was their top-end machine in 2014. You only make those to have a lifespan of 4 years, but you make the Mac Pros somehow with more intense military-grade hardware? I don't understand that, but thanks, Apple. Sounds like a load of shit to me. And by the way, we can swear on this stream. We're far enough into it. You can't swear at the beginning of a YouTube stream, but if you're further enough in, you can cuss. Apparently, another weird YouTube rule, right? Yeah, exactly, Jolly Santa Claus. Who would put the port on the bottom? It makes absolutely no sense. And I'm sure if there is an afterlife and there is this potential to speak from the afterlife and hang out and see what's going on in the real world, I am positive Steve Jobs is walking around Apple going, dish, 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 you're fired, ish, ish, what are you doing? Get the hell. He'd be slapping people around. You know, there'd be all kinds of reports of strange happenings on at One Infinite Loop, whatever the place is called. Robert, I agree. They should have put the charging port on the side like a Windows. Yeah, dude, absolutely. Francisco, always got the iPods, but the Apple computers were always too expensive for me. Yeah, they are expensive. Yeah, they are. Very, very much so. Look, I'll be clear. The only reason I'm on the Apple ecosystem is because in 2002, 2004, I began graphic design, and they basically said to me, dude, if you're going to work in this industry, we all use Mac. If you want to play with the big boys, you got to start using the Mac. And I was a PC guy before that. And I had a PC. So I jumped onto the Mac and I was like, this is really strange. And after I think I did my diploma took about 12 months. After that, I bought a Mac. And I tell you, I've never looked back. I've never had an issue as bad as this. I got to tell you though, this iMac issue, this is the first time that I've had a real concern with Apple products, a real frustrating experience. Other than there's been a couple of small things. I had one of the early MacBook Pros, right? Do you remember when they went from PowerBook to MacBook? Well, that initial MacBook Pro was made with an aluminium case, and if you closed it in clamshell mode, it actually bent up on the corners like really badly. Like it was like a bad die cast design or something. The aluminium just must have warped. And it wasn't just my machine. It was like a lot of people that had that machine were reporting, yeah, man. So it's like, I can't even show it to you because I've got my laptop here. But if you close your laptop down, right, the corners of each, like of the shell, of the lid, when the lid comes down like that, the corners, each left and right, should just sit flush, right? But they didn't. They went up like this. Like each corner had like this visual, and that's an exaggeration. It was more like, I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying it was a clear gap. And I said to Apple, I don't like that because this is my portable machine. I take this with me everywhere. It slides in my bag. And what if grains of sand and dirt enter because that's lifted up and then suddenly they start scratching across the screen? That's not cool. And they're like, oh, that's not going to happen, sir. You're not going to get dirt in there. I'm like, yeah, but isn't the point of a lid to close? This lid's not closing. It closes halfway and then the rest of it's warped up. And they argued with me. They were like, well, sir, this is, unfortunately, this is a design issue. And I'm like, yeah, I know it's a design issue. You guys designed it. Designed in California, right? You designed it, and it's a design issue. So can you please give me one that actually closes? And I went back and forth with them for about, I'm going to say about 4 months. And eventually they did. They said, look, dude, here's one that does close. And they gave me one that had the exact same machine. And that's all I'm asking for here. I'm not asking for an upgrade. I just want the 2014 Retina 5K iMac that works. That's all I'm asking for. If they do that, I'll sell that shit on. I don't want it anymore. I'll go ahead and upgrade myself. I don't want them to say, hey man, sorry for the problems. We've seen your videos. Here's an updated 2019 Retina iMac. I don't want that. I just want the 2014 model, the same as I've got here, one that works. And if they do that, I won't even open it. I'll just go and sell it, and then I'll spend the more money and upgrade myself. That's all I want. Okay, Robert and Mindy are agreeing with Francisco, so it's a bit too expensive. Yeah, Macs are expensive. I understand that. And as someone who, I don't work in graphic design any longer, but I'm more photography based, even that's kind of drying up these days. I could justify the expense as a business expense, but less and less now. I mean, I don't need a Mac anymore, really. I honestly don't need a Mac to stream. In fact, you're making it harder for yourself streaming on a Mac. They're not really set up for streaming. But here I am. Here I am streaming on a Mac. The logs would be very telling. I mean, I can send you a log if you want, Paula. If you want to walk me through how to do that, I'll boot the iMac up and send you the log. I doubt upgrading OS will fix it too. It didn't work for me either. Yeah, and Jilly, look, I would do that if this machine was just sitting there just for live streaming. I'd be like, oh, I'll upgrade the Catalina. Do it tonight. Because of this project I'm working on, the latest That's record, I can't do that, and I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to throw the dice into the wind, if you will, and faff around with that shit at this point. I'll do it after the recording's completed, and we'll go from there. It's like with video games where they cut the multiplayer server after a few years, and then you can't play anymore. Jilly Bean, really? If an upgrade did fix it, then they would be underclocking it to avoid the stresses. Apple did this a lot in the last years. So you think, Paula, that it's overstressing itself? You think that this machine potentially is getting too hot and it's a shutdown from heat? It's possible. It's possible. That's one thing that this laptop doesn't suffer from. The thermal throttling that previous laptops and previous iMacs suffered from, they've resolved that here on the MacBook Pro. Now I'm seeing here we've got a good stream, and you guys probably can hear that. Can you hear this? the fans have been running the whole time, but they've never kicked in more than they have been. So they've been on the whole time, but they've never been exceeding, like they've never ramped up, if you like. Francisco, I used to hack iPods. Didn't like what it was, such a lockdown operating system. Yeah, you had to have MP3s, right? And you couldn't dump a WAV file on there and this and that. Robert Muller, if you were to choose between Microsoft Windows and Apple's, what would you choose? Yeah, I'd stay with the OS, the Mac OS for sure. I like how Macs work. Don't get me wrong. Like I like the way that they work. I like their operating system. I like the interchangeability. I like the ease of use. I like how all the programs are similar with the similar commands. I just don't like having to of all the things that you probably say, dude, you're the opposite. But I hate tinkering with shit. I hate it. I absolutely hate tinkering with crap. All I want to do is use that crap to deliver content. I'm not a guy who will try to add a second EGP and add additional banks of RAM and a separate RAID system to get a faster SSD just to get a better quality whatever. I don't care for that. If someone says, dude, you should use SSDs, you'll have a much faster machine, I'll just get the SSDs and use them. I won't tinker with them and try to like add a secondary eGPU and do this and do that. All I want to do is deliver the content. I want to deliver good quality content. I don't want to faff around with tech to try to get that. If the tech does it, which it should, we're good to go. Then we can focus. Like a live stream shouldn't be based around the technology that you're using to stream. The live stream should be the live stream, the live content. And I want to move to that. I want to get to that point where our live streams, we don't even talk about the Mac or can you hear the fans or can you hear the audio? We're a little bit out of sync. I don't want to talk about any of that. All I want to do is come on and say, welcome back to the live stream, folks. Today, we're going to have a great conversation because I've got a guest coming in and we patch them in and they come on and have a chit chat. Hey, you won the snorkel mask. How's it been going? Have you got a video? Show us a clip of you using it. That kind of stuff. I don't want to get bogged down in the tech of it. There's plenty of channels for that, right? Plenty of tech channels out there. I'm not a tech channel. Nothing against them, but I just want to deliver the content. That being said, Slobber Art, are you in the chit chat, Slobber Art? Wake up, Slobber, you won, my friend. Look at this, you were the winner, man. You won. You've got a little bit while. He hasn't got a great deal of time to come in here, folks. I'm telling you, we're at an hour and 2. He's got a little while longer, not much. Benon, I watched the replay of the last giveaway drawing stream and was laughing so hard at you pronounced my name. That's your name, FJT Ert. I'm going to do it again, dude. Sorry, man. How do you... What? Ajertifiji? Dude, that can't be your real name. I'm sorry, dude. I'm hacking this, right? I'm hacking this to death. FJT Urged Fidgedurft. Welcome back to the stream, Fidgedurft. Sounds like a burger. Can I get an entree Fidgedurft and a side of fries? Mindy, I've had troubles with Windows too. Yeah, that's the thing, right? So none of these systems are flawless. Let me be clear about that. None of them are flawless. But like I said multiple times, you've heard me talk this way. I don't want this to be the stream. It shouldn't be. The stream should be the content. The less we can, like, if someone comes into the stream and says, dude, your stream looks sick, what are you using? Oh, I'm using a MacBook Pro and I've actually got a video about that. I'll link to it. I'll put it in the chat for you. Go and have a look at that later. On we move back to the content. I get that. I get people saying, oh, how do you get your stream to look so good? Blah, blah, blah. I get all that, but I don't want to focus that unless we come out and say, today it's a tech stream. That's the idea. That might be a good idea too, a tech stream, right? Today's a giveaway stream, yet we spent nearly the whole stream talking about Apple products and why the iMac doesn't work. I mean, I like talking about it, but I don't want to focus on it, as weird as that sounds. By the way, folks, this is still wet from New Year's Day when we used it. Yeah, there's still water in here. That's a classic. I heard you say that on D Live. Yeah, Jilly Bean. Yeah, yeah. And D Live is so sick. Like I love D Live. D Live is just, you know, you can like I tell you what I love about D Live and what I don't like about YouTube here. On D Live, right about now, or even 20 minutes ago, when we realized that what's his name again, Slobber Art was the winner, but we probably won't see Slobber Art. What I would have said at that point is, hey, while we wait for Slobber Art, you guys got some linky poos? Pop them in the chit chat. We'll go across and have a look at some links. But here on YouTube, you put a link in the chat and I click it, I lose all monetization on this stream. So suddenly an 85-minute live stream is now worth nothing to me because we watched well, it happened, right? We watched a wood turning video with a guy turning, what was he doing? He was making a drink holder, like a drink condom. What are they called? I don't know. What do you put your coffee flask in? He made one out of wood and he showcased how it happened. And we talked about it. We had it like this on the screen. We talked about it. We were engaging with it. We were stopping and starting it. We were playing and talking over it. And I got a copyright strike from that. A literal copyright strike. One of three, right? Not a copyright claim, a strike against my channel because we watched that content. I counter-struck. They declined it. So that stands on my, it's not on my Gives a Minute channel. It's on the YouTube. It's on the Gives a Minute D Live archive. But what we found out on D Live last night when we were looking into this, that copy strike doesn't affect my channel, the Gives a Minute D Live archive. It affects my account and every subsequent channel linked to that account. So I've got my BenOnKirpsch at Gmail, right? That's my Gives a Minute. That's my account, BenOnKirpsch at Gmail. I've had that since I was like 2004 or something. So that's my account, and linked to my account is all of my YouTube channels. I've got the Gives a Minute D Live archive, right? This is just a suppository, right? A place to put all of the D Live streams because they remove them. So that sits there just as a suppository. I've also got Gives a Minute, this channel we're on right now. I've also got Creator Cast. You know, I don't care what happens with that really, I suppose, these days, but that still sits there as my channel. Those boys gave that to me when they all did the runner on me and the friendship. So I've got that. I've got Scenic Beers, which was like a little test channel for a Facebook group a friend of mine owns. Didn't really take off. I've got White Star ASMR, my ASMR channel. I've got another one, Vlogging in Public, which was a channel that Danny and I began, Danny Black, when he was still friends of mine. We did it as a little test. We were going to buy subs for that channel and see what happens to a channel you pay for. We never did. Instead, he excommunicated himself from me. So all those channels are now affected because of the Gives a Minute D Live archive copyright strike from this wood turning guy. It's very strange. It gives me a bit of a fright though, because I don't want to lose my Gives a Minute channel from a copyright strike. So I'm going to stop uploading to that D Live archive for 3 months, right? And then that'll reset that claim, and then we go back to zero claims, zero strikes. At the moment, I've got a strike on. There's a strike against Gives a Minute, folks. I'm telling you. If they cost the same, I'd go with Apple. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if they were the same price, go with Apple. Yep. I love my iPad. It's like a magic wand. It's like magic, really. That's pretty rad. Jilly, are Macs okay for gaming? Hell no. No, they're not a gaming machine at all. Hell no. Maybe try putting the fan behind the iMac. The thing is, the intake for the iMac is not at the back. It's underneath it, like right where the keyboard is. And so you'd have to put a fan. I mean, theoretically, you could pump like cold air across the base of the machine and it would suck it in, sure. I don't know how do you do that? How do you pump cold air? Benon, did you try downloading a CPU temperature program to check for overheating? No, I didn't. I know that was telling me SMC fan control. That's a good one to get. I probably should do that. I bet if I was to bet you have a faulty logic board or temperature sensor, then you are getting open kernel tasks and then it's an emergency shutdown. Yeah, Paula, I'd kind of lean towards that too. My only concern with that is we never see a warning afterwards. So why does it come back as if nothing's happened? It reboots almost to say, welcome to the iMac. You just using this for the first time today or what? You know, it never says the iMac shut down due to a system issue or whatever. It just comes back on as usual. Pretty concerning. I don't think YouTube Susan Wojcicki would ever come into anyone's stream like Charles on D Live. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I certainly wouldn't have a picture of Susie behind me on my stream. That's for certain. I can tell you now. Apple has had a lot of these issues on MacBooks and iMacs. Really, Paula? I know the iMacs have suffered. I've never seen a shutdown on a MacBook Pro, though. Did you check for blown capacitors or resistors on the motherboard? Jillybean, you try opening up an iMac? I've opened this up once to replace that PSU the first time. It's not an easy job to open up an iMac, let me tell you about it. Yeah, what? That makes no sense. Why lose monetization for clicking links? Because all of it's copyrighted. Every single thing on YouTube is copyrighted. Everything. Just having the video up is now deemed copyright. So you're taking you're playing someone else's content. Doesn't matter if it's transformative. Doesn't matter if you're conversing, you're discussing it. You've got to, it's only a portion of the screen, and a portion of your screen, and you're talking about it. Doesn't matter. You're now breaching someone's copyright. Jolly Santa. I had experiences on my PC where the motherboard caught on fire while I was using it to render a scene. What? Jolly Santa. You physically had fire? Shit. What are you doing? I'm just putting the fire out on my machine. I was trying to render out a 3D. What were you trying to render out? Virtual modeling program. Dang, Mindy. I meant Jilly. Oh, Jolly, it always powers back up if those were blown. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true, Mindy. If they were blown, if it was capacitors and resistors, it would... When I turn it back on, it's almost like the machine is just normal, right? It works. And then after a while, it doesn't. It's so strange. It's such a strange error. It's so strange. Thank goodness I was there. I learned to never push my PC too far after that. Yeah, that's strange. Unknown Reblox. I'm men beach use. Unknown. What the hell have you said? That's the first thing you've come into the stream with? What does that even mean, dude? It's a terrible idea uploading your D-Live streams to YouTube. Yeah, I'm starting to think that too, Paula. I initially did that just as like a place just to have them archived, right? I mean, I've got them all. I've kept every single stream, but what's the point of that if no one can see them? You could get strikes from old uploads all at once, wake up one day and no more YouTube. If that was the case, you'd definitely have a case to be able to sort of put forward to them and say, oh, this is not right. Like, the internal fan on my iMac does not work. Wow, Walker. That's an issue, dude. And Benon, you can't turn it back on right away or it'll shut down again quick. That's correct, Jilly. That's correct. You need to wait. You need to unplug the main. And what I do is I don't actually unplug it from the back. I go ahead and turn the board off, right? Turn the whole board off and I let it sit. And usually about 2 minutes later, you turn that board back on, power it back up. That hideous chime noise. I don't know why they got the chime. Like, I don't understand what the point of the chime is to tell you turned it on. I know I turned it on because I pressed the freaking button. What about deaf people? They don't hear the chime, so why do we have to hear the chime? I think the chime's stupid. They should remove the chime. Yeah. That's actually, Paula, you've just given me concern there. I think I'm going to delete that channel now. I think you're correct. I think I'm going to delete that channel. I think you're right, man. No one's really watching that content anyway. It's only there for me, for my sanity, for my safety, or not safety, for my archiving prowess. But if it's gonna, I got a better idea. Why don't I begin a new Gmail account and link that DLive archive back to that Gmail account and have that as the only YouTube channel linked to that account, so that if that does get further strikes, it'll only affect that account, not my Ben on Curbshed Gmail account. That's what I should do. So then it definitely sounds like it'd be taking time to cool down from overheating. And Jillybean, the problem with that is that because this is now ongoing for about a year, this issue, and when it first broke, when this initial situation reared its ugly head, it went in for repair, right? It went into an Apple repair center, and they had the machine on for 4 days under duress, under load. They put multiple CPU and GPU processors packed on to try to get it to shut down, and they said they could never shut it down. So it's almost like they're saying the problem doesn't exist, and you, gives a minute, you're lying about it. That's the way it feels, because I'm like, well, I don't care that you couldn't make it happen in your situation. It's happening all the time here, and I'm showing it to you. And then they said, well, it could be your peripheral devices. Okay, fine, it could be. Go to the back of the machine, struggle to find them, unplug every single thing. The only thing I had connected was this mouse, and it's not even connected by wire. I even unplugged the keyboard, just this Bluetooth connected mouse. I sat the computer, I had it turned on, sat it there. Didn't have anything running at all, nothing playing, like no process happening, just sitting idle, shut down. How could they have it on for 4 days and not experience the same problem? I don't know. I don't know. All I'm saying is that, first of all, I don't believe them. I don't believe that that's what they've done. Secondly, initially, the power supply unit, the PSU, was the culprit, according to all the forums. And so the power supply unit had blown. So I replaced it with one from iFixit. Now, when this went back to Apple, I acknowledge that, sure, I shouldn't have replaced that. That's bad. I've probably broken all terms, but I'm outside of my AppleCare warranty. I already had the 3 years additional warranty that I purchased. This machine was outside of that warranty, so I had no option but to seek outside repair. In this case, iFixit with a guide to show me how to do it, which I did. When I called up Apple and said, oh, look, I acknowledge I shouldn't have opened it, but I did. I fixed it with the new power supply unit. It worked for about a month, and now it's still shutting down. Can Apple have a look at it? I will happily pay. I understand I've done the wrong thing. Can you have a look at it? Send it off to Apple. They find nothing wrong with the machine, and they put the original, they told me to bring in the original power supply unit, which was blown. They told me to bring that in, and they put that back in the machine. So this machine has the original PSU in it, which blew, which was the first thing that went wrong when this started shutting down. Everybody said, oh, you got an iMac that's shutting down, power supply unit, first port of call, they're always the one that falls. Replace power supply unit, you're good to go. They put the original one back in it, which I think is the wrong. Perhaps if they had to put a fresh power supply unit in, an Apple branded one, maybe we wouldn't be here with this right now. Would they take it in for another test? Chili Bean. Interestingly, the last correspondence I had with the repair center, because it's not an Apple center, I don't live anywhere near a major city, so I've got to go to an authorized repair center. They said we potentially could replace the logic board if it was within 3 years Apple warranty, Apple Care. And I said, well, it's not. He said, if you can get Apple to agree and waive the fee, bring it back and we'll put a new logic board in for you. They said that, but at this point, Apple aren't agreeing to that. I haven't suggested it to Apple, but I know that they want me to do Catalina instead as the first port of call, install Catalina. And like I said, I can't do that because of my project, because of my recording project. I'm kind of stuck right now, right? I'm stuck with the dud machine. And here we are talking about it again. Paula, you'll be in breach of terms of service. Just set all DLive videos to private. Paula, that's only if that channel's linked to my other Gmail account. So if I make a separate Gmail account and have just those, or I just delete the whole thing. I don't know. What's the point of having that? I don't know. Jolly Santa Claus. If you had have checked system logs, you might have been able to verify that it had been indeed on for 4 days. But then, that's the thing. Here we are again with that. I don't want to have to do all that. I know I should because it'll help me and understand it, but I just want to stream. I just want to use the machine. I don't want to have to faff around with all that. I get what you're saying, and I get that it might be important, and it could be a way for me to sort of resolve things, but I don't want to have to worry about that. I just want to worry about my content, my stream. I just want to worry about my audience, my engagement. I don't want to worry about a machine and logs and shit. That's why this is so frustrating to me. Jellybean, using it for private storage sounds like the exact thing YouTube implemented the recent rule for, that they could remove any channel for any reason and without recourse to channel owner. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I'm probably just going to delete the channel, you know. Paula, I also don't believe them. Yeah, I don't believe it. I honestly don't believe that they had it on for 4 days. You've seen what happened here when I use it, right? How could that be? How could that be? But I think you're right, Paula. I mean, this is the beauty of this stream, right? You've given me some inside info. I learned last night that a strike on a channel affects every channel associated to that account. So that strike on the Gives a Minute DLive archive affects the Gives a Minute channel. That's terrible news. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and delete that channel. I don't want to have that issue ever again. I don't want to have that archive channel cause my real channel to go down, right? I've spent 4 years working hard on this channel to have a shitty little archive channel cause it to go down. Hell no, I'm going to go ahead and delete that immediately. When they suspend you, they will see the other accounts as they match machine and IPs. But I'll use a VPN, dude, so it wouldn't be an IP match. Folks, just while we get to the conclusion of this stream, what's his name again? Slobber Art, if you're here, you did win. You're the winner of the ViewTech Full Face Snorkel Mask. You've arguably only got another 4 minutes to come in here and claim it. So if you don't come in, what's going to happen next week, folks? Well, we're going to give this away again. If you're already in the draw, you don't need to do a damn thing except come back. Not this time. Come back at 9 a.m. I'll be using the MacBook Pro again. The iMac now is... Arguably, I'm only going to use it for... I mean, am I going to use it on DLive? Shit, I haven't got a DLive profile set up here. I'm going to have to... Is that a hello? Yeah. Did you hear that? Is that you saying hello or doing a poo?
No, this is stretching.
That's stretching, is it? Okay. So, next week, we're going to give the mask away again. Unfortunately, Keish last week, and it looks like, unfortunately, this week, Slobber Art didn't win. Slobber Art, oh, you slobber everywhere, yeah? Watch out, don't stand on that. I told you I shouldn't leave the iPad down there. She stood on the full face snorkel mask. The iPad's over here, though.
Yeah, but where will I sit?
Where will you sit? You can sit on my lap, but we're about to end the stream anyway. The stream's going to wrap up. I don't know. By the way, folks, I don't know if the stream's going to end on time. It's supposed to. I've set everything up as per a stream deck, but usually these things don't work first time. So I'm interested to see if you hear my outro music rolling and then the outro scene kicks in. I don't know if it's going to work. I hope it works. I don't think it's going to work, though. Do you think it's going to work?
Yeah.
Did you do your hair? Oh, you brushed your hair. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but when I started it got all cold.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
So I took the brush away.
Yeah. Hey, when I see Jellybean in the chit chat, it says showed up right on time. I thought you meant Slobber Art turned up. I was like, where's Slobber Art? Did I see him in the chit chat? I was going back up the chat thinking I'd missed it, but you meant Poopsie turned up right on time. Darn Keish and the other guy, bad luck, especially for today's winner who was here. Yeah, Jolly Santa. It's still on. Yeah, it's still on. It's still streaming, but I feel like it's going to end very, very soon. 85 minutes is 1 hour and 25, right? That's right. Have I got that math correct? Come on over here. 85 minutes is 1 hour 25, I think. We should be hearing outro. Can you? You can't hear anything. I can't hear anything. I don't know if this is going to even work, but it would be interesting what Slobber's art actually is. Could be very dirty. Yeah, it could be. I can hear the outro music rolling. This is going to work. I'll see you all next week, folks, for the giveaway. Slobber Art and Keish. Bad luck next time. Get in here early. Can you hear this music? I hope you guys can hear this music. Should be playing my outro scene right about now, too. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, that's we're out of time.